Hi guys, starting off the day from Birmingham, and let me give you a brief idea about myself. I've been working as a courier driver for the past 20 years, and for the past 8 years actually I've been also using the Courier Exchange app. It's probably the most popular app to use for couriers. I've been using that to pick up jobs as well. So past 20 years I've been a Courier Exchange driver as well as a normal courier driver. So I'm not going to say I'm just a Courier Exchange driver, because it won't work for you guys if you're just going to be doing Courier Exchange. So in the last 4 years alone, I'm going to be honest here, I've ended up visiting every single city in the UK, and that's 76 cities, guys. And that's just through work. So I'll tell you how that worked for me, mixed business with pleasure. Because at times the Courier Exchange app or work generally does become to be quiet, especially the first 6 months of the year. So I've taken the option past many years to just take my camera along and make some videos. But the previous videos on my YouTube channel, which you would probably come across, I've not really said that I'm working as a Courier Exchange driver. Now what I'm doing is I'm going to be making videos from my start of my journey, from wherever I'll be. Like today I'm sitting in Star City. I'll show you the app as well while I'm bidding on jobs and how I get them and where I end up. So, after I finish my deliveries, my plan is, mostly if I got time, I'll explore places that I'll land in, like the city I end up in. For example, if I end up in Nottingham today, I'll go onto the AI chat GPT, for example, and tell him, her or whoever she is, that can you tell me the best place to visit nearby to where I am. So the chat GPT will tell me exactly the best places to visit, and it could end up being a food place or a national trust place or even seasides and or hidden gems, UK hidden gems. So there's plenty of places I explore, and I try to keep it unique every day, so different place every day. So my favorite places are the seasides, also national trust places. I love them. So how does it work? I'll tell you how it works for me. And Monday I'll go out, mostly I'll go out with a job, and I tend to not come back by Friday. And some of you guys will be thinking I sleep in the van or what, how do I go around it? And I'll be honest with you, if you've been working for 20 years, you know where the cheap hotels are. So let me give you an example of 2 places only at this moment. There's Blackpool. So if you're in Preston, that kind of area, you could say Lancaster, even Manchester or Liverpool. Liverpool's a cheap place, I'll tell you about that as well. So Blackpool, for example, for someone like me, who's using booking.com, I'm on level 3 genius on booking.com because I've been using them for years, the maximum you can get to. So when I go to Blackpool, I'll type in a hotel on the seafront, for example, and I know they're not very great on the seasides, especially Liverpool, Blackpool and Newcastle, say. Also Brighton and Bournemouth's okay. So Blackpool, you can get a hotel for a single person like myself for like 18 quid. And the cheapest I've had ever was probably £9. That's more towards the coronavirus time, but on average 13 to 18 pound you could get a nice decent hotel to sleep. And it's the same with Liverpool. Liverpool's a bit more expensive, you could say 20, 22, 23. Newcastle up to 30, and Brighton around 35, 40, and Bournemouth around 50. But let's be honest here, guys, it depends how you work. If you get to Bournemouth early, 1, 2 o'clock, you want to get out of there. You don't want to stay there, because of the hotels being expensive. And there is times where you don't want to move around empty. Moving around empty on the Courier Exchange or Courier Life is not the right way. Unless you double charge them and got your fare back home as well, which is rare. But you do come across your own customers if you have them. You'll find them jobs. So what I do is, if I get to a place, I wouldn't bid on a job where, for example, Bournemouth, where I end up around 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, because most likely you're going to end up staying the night there, unless you drive back up to somewhere cheaper for a hotel. But if you get there, if it's summer, to be honest, I do sometimes on the odd occasion sleep in a van, and that's my own choice. So when I'm at Bournemouth, I want to visit Bournemouth, the seafront, the weather's nice, I'll explore, and it'll be about 7 o'clock, I'll get something to eat, and then I'll just lie down in the van, open some windows and enjoy, like camping. It's not much, what's in it? What's the difference between a camper van and a Sprinter van, for example? You could lie down in the Sprinter van nicely, to be honest. So, but still, if you could option of cheap hotels, then the first option is always a hotel. And these are the jobs, you can hear the beep beep going. these are the jobs that are going off on the Courier Exchange app while I'm sitting at Star City. So I'm going to show you these jobs and what I'm bidding for, why I'm bidding for, and I'm going to end up showing you not the whole journey while I'm driving. Obviously I can't do that, but if I make a pit stop and where I end up. And when I end up, for example, tomorrow I might end up in Newcastle, I'll introduce the journey like this, and then I'll get to Newcastle, I'll park up and I'll look around for the jobs until 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and then I'll first is find food, or depends on the time of the day basically. I mean, like the season. If it's winter, I probably wouldn't go traveling around too much. So then I'm going to be exploring places around that city. I'll type in on the AI, show me best food places, show me best National Trust places, best free places to visit. You don't want to be spending money, when you're on this job, and when you got hotel to book and food, you're going to end up spending all your money in the same what you made on this kind of stuff. So there's so many nice places out there that you can visit, especially National Trust places. So I'm going to be showing you all this stuff from going forward, my every journey from start to finish, and the next morning, and the day after, and the day after, and the day after. And there'll be days I don't get a job, and if I'm in Birmingham, then I won't be making a vlog. Obviously I'll be deleting the introduction. But if I'm out somewhere, then I'll start the vlog as I'm out in, say, Newcastle, and if I get a job, I get a job. If I don't, I'll show you that it's been a disappointing day and I'm staying in Newcastle, but I don't stay in the same place twice. So what I'll do is, if I don't get a job on a Tuesday, say in Newcastle, I'll drive down 1 hour to Leeds, right? Because Leeds is a lot busier place. So I know all these places and really almost all the customers and where the jobs are mostly likely you'll get them from, the prices and ideas. Don't forget guys, 20 years, so I'm not making this up, and 8 years roughly on the CX app as well. So stay with me and subscribe, and I'll give you more insights into the Courier Exchange app as well, and the best places to stay, hotels and nights and days and places to visit, food,